Jazz pianist, composer, band leader, and educator Aaron Parks has just released his new acoustic quartet album, By All Means, via Blue Note Records. Aaron Parks joins me now on the WBGO Journal. Great to see you, Aaron.
Hey, great to see you too, Doug. Thanks for taking some time to talk.
Absolutely. You've expanded your acclaimed trio with bassist Ben Street and drummer Billy Hart into a quartet with the addition of tenor saxophonist Ben Solomon to really explore a kind of a new sound. The wonderful set of your original compositions includes poignant dedications to your wife and your son. The gorgeous ballad for Maria Jose is a dedication to your wife. And I know you've said it's an attempt to write something worthy of her. Talk a little bit more about this really beautiful composition.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I don't know. I that was a little bit of a song where I get lucky, and I there are some songs that really feel like you work hard and you chisel and you sculpt and you move things around. And this one, I mean, there was definitely work, which is fair enough because relationships also take work, you know. But I got lucky with certain elements of how this thing was put together, and it came together during the sort of early days of COVID, during the lockdown. That this song started to take shape, and it has I there's a melancholy that's in the heart of the song itself, but this and that then at the very end of the song, after moving through um, a lot of different moods, some that have uplift and these twists and turns harmonically through the song, there's this sort of expansive singing lullaby joyous thing that you emerge at the very very end of the song, which captures some of the just a spark of joy and childhood that's at the core that I love about her, and
Tell
I
us a
tried to
little
put
bit
that into the
more.
sound.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about your relationship. Uh, Describe how it started and how it's
Oh
blossomed.
sure, oh sure. Well, she, I mean, it started a long time ago in at the Bologna airport in Italy. She was working in production at a festival there, and I was on tour with Kurt Rosenwinkel's band at the time, and there were two drivers who came to pick up the band in two small cars, and there was some dude, and I realized that the people who were walking sort of on the faster side were going to end up riding in the car with him, and then there was Maria, and so I slowed my gait down just to to make sure that I would ride in the car with her. And we just got to talking over that night and became friends first, and we lived in different cities. We had eventually it became had a long distance relationship for a little while, and yeah, she really, and it was a twisty, turny start to the beginning. It wasn't like a straight line. It was an on again, off again kind of tumultuous thing at the beginning, which then has solidified over time into just one of the sturdiest and I mean, it's the relationship with her has given me grounding within myself in a way which has made possible for me to just actually grow up a little bit more, and and uh, and has also made it just spend more time focused, like action, yeah, being grounded with myself, and then being able to turn my attention to music with a different level of devotion and dedication, I think.
One of the beautiful things about this album is indeed the personal touch that you've given it. You've written another tune, Little River, about which was written for your son Lucas and appears on By All Means. And you've described it as a joyous yet restless lullaby. Talk a little bit about this because it does have different moments in it and what you were thinking about in Little River.
Well, yeah, I mean the song itself at its heart is like it feels like the kind of lullaby, a thing that you would just start humming to yourself. And it's deceptively simple, I think, with a few little, yeah, with some twists and turns along the way to that one as well. But overall, yeah, it's melodically, it's just this thing that you might find yourself humming along, which is kind of what it started as, you know. I think he was maybe 6 months old, and I'm looking over the way that my house at the time was set up. I had the piano, and I could look over from the piano bench and see into the bathtub where my wife was giving him a bath. And I was just sitting over there and like, wow, look at this. Holy moly, this is a human being. Like this pretty crazy. And yeah, this song started to emerge and started as this delicate thing that then gradually, then playing it with other folks, it did start to find a rhythmic feel which harkens back to the Coltrane Quartet, to be sure, a type of circular momentum, and a type of gravity, and a swirl to it, I suppose. The beat on the record that Billy Hart plays on this tune uh, is just so buoyant, and really makes the whole thing just it feels amazing to me. And so, but that swirl feels more and more appropriate as he grows into the threes, the fours, and the fives. So I'm like, I guess I didn't know how appropriate this would be.
And Ben Solomon's sax, it really makes such a beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I keep using that word beautiful, but that's what it is. I mean, it's a lovely sound. And I've seen some of your Instagram posts, and for Lucas, he's behind the drum set. Now, I know you play all kinds of instruments. Will he be a drummer?
Well, we'll see. I mean, we got it, that remains to be seen. We got him a drum set because he says that he's the most interested in the drums. He also says he wants to play electric guitar. We're I don't know if yeah, we'll do that maybe eventually. He seems more interested in singing than anything right now. And right now, he's mostly singing K-pop Demon Hunters songs at the top of his lungs at odd hours. And the drums, we're going to get a teacher for him. He's interested in them, but like it's funny. We have the drum set and the baby, Nico, who is like a year and change now. He's the one who actually just can't stop going over to the drums. So who knows? We'll see.
That's beautiful and such a great time to be a dad at those ages. So
Yeah.
wishing you all the best with that.
Thanks.
You
Yeah, it's
know,
beautiful and a lot.
absolutely. By all means, not only has those tunes that we talked about, but really the lead single that you released was Parks Lope. You know, okay.
Hmm.
And it certainly has a New York City vibe, doesn't it?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. I think. I mean, I went through a bunch of different that I went through a bunch of different titles for that song before I settled on that one, which is my. I felt like you know I was 40 years old. I've earned the right to make a good dad joke and to put my own name in a title. Um, and but even before that, it always had a lope. That song just has a certain lope to it. It used to be called Lope de Dope, or then I called it the Lope of a Dope. And then it was just Park Slope, so which is kind of the same thing. So and yeah, that song for me, well, a lot of this record, it's very much in clear conversation with a lineage of this music, of the Black American music known as jazz, right? and it is for me. This song is deeply in conversation with. I think of Les McCann and and Eddie Harris. I think of was my man. There's 2300 Skidoo. There's these songs. Herbie Nichols wrote a song that feels like it's part of the DNA. Kurt Rosenwinkel himself wrote a song called "Homage a Mitch," which, in a certain way, there's elements of this song that feel like an homage to "Homage a Mitch." And so there are all of these elements that feel like they come together to inform and influence these things. It's not, and not necessarily that it's all the time only looking backwards towards them, or like trying to pay tribute, but much more about just like jumping into that stream with the music that's come before, and being like, you know what, like, you don't doesn't need to reinvent the wheel to feel alive, and vital in its own way.
In your Blue Note return in 2024, Little Big Three, um,
Hmm.
you're all about defining, and defying, I should say, genre lines and applying your jazz training to the music. You like to just be on the cutting edge, don't you?
I I I don't know that I care about that, honestly. I think that I like the music. I like what I like. I don't particularly care about newness for newness's sake. Um, I want to do things that feel close to something that I might want to listen to, rather than something that necessarily would be you could point to and be like, ah, that's really the vanguard of what is. For me, I think at a certain point, yeah, I just want to try to make music that I want to listen to, that I would want to listen to myself, and being honest about what that is, and that can mean a whole lot of different things. Um, but not trying to make music that's self-consciously trying to be original, or self-consciously trying to be traditional. Like neither one of those is the point. It's not about checking any kind of box. It's about like, hey, what feels living and breathing to me right now.
So with Maria and Lucas and the family, this is a kind of album that you could put on and listen all together, right?
Yeah, I mean,
This is
I hope so, you know. And one of the things about this album that I like is and hopefully more than just like one of the things about the album that I like how it ended up coming together is that there the record as a whole kind of stays in a cruising or ballad kind of. It's not a ballads record, I wouldn't say, but it definitely doesn't have like any burners or any songs that are like taking you out of a flow. It's the kind of album that I hope that you can put on and enjoy with like deep attention, or just put it on in the background and let it wash over you and have it create an environment and a mood. Um,
both as an educator and a musician. You seem to love to travel. You're everywhere, all over the world, different parts of the world. How important is it you to share your music worldwide and globally?
well, I do love to travel. It's not as straightforward as it used to be. That when now that I have two kids, wife and two kids and a dog, being away from home isn't the same that it was. But I certainly love it. I'm very grateful. I'm to have the opportunity to see people, to spread the sounds and the vibrations, and get to experience other culture, try food from all over the place. Yeah, but I don't know. I and it's also like, realistically at this point in time, um, that's the way to pay the bills as well. I love to travel, and I also kind of have to travel because nobody is making anything really from album sales or streaming anymore. That nothing that you can use to support to just keep things afloat in the way that maybe back even you know two or three decades ago could have you might have been able to do.
Is social
Um,
media all a part of that as well? You just that's how you communicate with your
it's how you communicate. It's how you communicate, and I've got my you know I have my love and hate relationship with social media. Um, I have an app on my phone that I pay for, which limits my screen time more than like just the built-in screen time thing on the phone would allow me to. It's like that's not enough for me. The addiction can be pretty real, and so I've had to put safeguards to save myself from myself. Um, but I'm very, and then at the same time, it is amazing to have the possibility to connect with and share things with people from all over this planet, you know.
so
So it's both.
so you, Ben Street, Billy Hart, and even Ben Solomon, you get an opportunity to go back in the Wayback Machine
Mm.
and be on stage with one performer from the past who is no longer with us. Who would that be and why?
Oh boy, that's interesting. Um, you know, I have a well, here's this wouldn't be my normal answer to this question necessarily, but it's yeah, I'm gonna just go with my gut right now, which would be Donald Byrd. I would want to mostly just because I'm really obsessed with Donald Byrd's playing right now, and so I wish that I had a more clever or thoughtful answer for you than that. But um, I would love hearing with that particular constellation. There's a certain type of um, tranquility and cool that would balance really well, I feel, with some of the fire that Solomon brings. Um, and and just yeah, I'm yeah, that's that the record Mustang from Donald Byrd is has been on heavy rotation for me right now. And so that's my answer today. Could be a totally different one tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Last question. So when you're performing these songs live now from the new album,
yep.
we've always said as broadcasters, you have to visualize what you're saying in order to have the passion and have, have true meaning. And Marilyn Pittman, this great voice coach, has always said, visualize what you're saying. So as you're
Mm.
playing, are you visualizing Lucas? Are you visualizing Maria? And when you play these tunes, do flashbacks from them come into your mind, or how do you do it when you're playing piano?
Oh, I mean, that would be really romantic, and that would be a really nice thing if that happened for me. I wouldn't say that that's particularly what's going on through my mind. I mean, there are moments if I'd maybe listened to the recording of it that I might be daydreaming while I'm making music itself. It's oftentimes it is more the case that I find out what these songs are about after the songs start to come into being. Um, and so it's much more about surrendering to what the music in that moment wants to be, which is for me it's not a particularly visual orientation, which is odd. I also especially given that my first Blue Note record was called Invisible Cinema. Maybe the cinema is just invisible to me as well. Everybody else can see it, but I can't. But I, I feel like I'm sort of just, I get lost in the world. Try to follow the sound itself, and let that tell me where it wants to go as best as I can.
That makes sense. By all means, on Blue Note Records is the latest album out from pianist, composer, and band leader, educator. He does it all, Aaron Parks, and he's been our guest. Aaron, congratulations on this new album. We wish you the best of luck with your career and your family. You got a great family there. Enjoy it.
Thanks a lot, Doug. Really appreciate you, man. And yeah, see you around.